So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it! Well, do it live! Do it live!
And we're live. We're here.
Week 102 from on top of a volcano in Bitcoin country.
Yes.
We're a couple of minutes late, but we made it, which is awesome.
Yeah.
A couple of slight technical difficulties, but we have an awesome team.
We do. We have Tim on the desk, and we've actually got a apprentice. We're going to call it apprentice. We got Joel. Jolene.
Hoel.
Hoel. Hoel.
Which is awesome.
Which is awesome. So we've got a Berlin student learning English who has come to check out the studio, and he's going to be working in the podcast and get some skills up, which is cool.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
I'm super excited to have another person who wants to learn stuff.
Yeah.
This is really cool. Sat shout out real quick. Mark a Bitcoin legend, 21 sats. Not sure if I'll be on the call today. Love your work, but I bet he's in the chat. Is he in the chat?
No, Super Pilotish is there.
Super Pilotish is.
Pilotish is here,
oh, okay,
so that's awesome. So thank you for checking in early.
All right, that is awesome. I'm checking in as well. Oh, look. Hang on, am I on the wrong one? Mark a Bitcoin is in there.
I don't know.
We are running late. Yes, we were running late, guys, but we're here and we're doing it. And it's hot in the studio because Charlie was in here cooking up a storm before us.
Talking about Charlie, before we move on.
Yes.
After the show, James and Charlie have got another live show all about adopting BTC, which is being held on the 16th and 17th of November. And if you are coming to El Salvador, come for that month.
Yeah.
I'm going to say come for the month because there's going to be so much to do, and James and Charlie are going to be talking about speakers tonight, so make sure I think the link is in below. It should have been or was in my instructions today.
I didn't put it in there.
Okay, adopting BTC.
Go to the Adopting
El
Bitcoin
Salvador
podcast YouTube channel, and you'll be able to find it in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So it's always it has been a fun show. They've only done one, but they're a dynamic duo, those two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie's great.
All right.
Our service for this week will be Geyser, which you can see over there. So stick around. When the little flag at the bottom gets to the service, we'll be talking about it.
Yes. And newsletter.
Newsletter. Go down to the description down below and join our newsletter. It's in there, along with links to other fun stuff. In the newsletter, we talk about 3 interesting things that happened last week, and we also have a list of events that are coming up in El Salvador for the next 4 to 6 weeks. Remember, some of them change without our knowledge.
Yes, and we have found that.
Yes, so anyone who was planning on going to the embassy this Saturday, you missed it.
It was last Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So never mind.
Anyway.
These things happen.
Yeah. Okay. Looking, just quickly at what's coming up. So I'll just a brief outline. Tonight, of course, if you're in Berlin, the Bitcoin meetup is here at the centre at 6:30. Tuesday, My First Bitcoin have an open home from 2 till 7. There's the Bitcoin Casual meetup on every Tuesday at San Salvador. Bitcoin Beach Friday dinners. The Bitcoin Farmers Market this Sunday in El Zonte. NOSTR Devs meetup will be at the last Wednesday of the month, and then we've got My First Bitcoin the last Thursday of the month. Bitcoin Beach have got Bitcoin Island on the 27th of July, so if you want to check out Isla La Playa, well worth going on doing a day trip there. Really, really worth it.
Yes.
And then Bitcoin Beach have got their meetup. This time it is on the first Friday of the month, so it's going to be on 2nd of August. I am guessing that is because of Nashville is in town.
Yeah, well, it's a conference in the United States. Berlin will have one of the people that have recently moved here going up to speak.
Yeah, is she actually speaking?
Well, no,
she's not speaking.
Not speaking.
She's just there.
She's going. I heard that. Is it Also Bitcoin? Also Bitcoin. Actually, I should have worn their shirt today.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Didn't even think about it. But Also Bitcoin have got a stand up there, and they gave Berlin a couple of free tickets, which was a bonus. I think we gave one away, and one's been being used by someone living here, which is great. And they're going to go up and be around, which would be cool.
And then also just quickly about my adopting BTC. of course, make sure you're here by the 15th because it is the unconference, my first Bitcoin unconference. It's well worth coming for that. Then there's the premiere movie night on the 15th, and then conferences 16th and 17th, and then you need time to come out and check Berlin.
Yes, and if you want to buy a ticket, check out the little yellow panel that will pop up in a moment because there's a discount code in there, 10% off.
Yeah. All right, Monday, let's have a look. Okay, so pretty much as you know, Mondays are our day of getting our stuff sorted and getting ready to do our lives, as well as James has heaps of work he has to catch up on. So we organised the live, headed to the centre. Then
Ooh.
James...
Man, we just got zapped big
Wow,
time.
zapped.
Wow. You're doing it. I'll join the newsletter people. 14,779 sats. And that was a zap. That's so cool. Thank you. We really appreciate that. That's really awesome.
We headed to the centre to prep for the live, had our live, and then we did the first recording of James and Charlie for the adopting, which was really good. It didn't go live, but this one will be live today.
It was a bit rough, but this week's going to be way more professional.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It is.
Yeah.
Actually, you spent heaps of time this week on that.
I did.
Yeah, so it's looking really, really cool. And then, of course, we had the meetup here, and it was actually talking about food sovereignty, which was really good. And tonight's meeting's more on that. It's been an extension on that, so that's really great. Okay, Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm assessing the light in here right now, and watching the cameras, it definitely is
we seem
a thing. Yeah. So Steve actually messaged me, I think yesterday or the day before, saying he's not happy with the light, and he's going to get us different quality diffuser fabric.
Oh, seriously, Steve?
Yeah. So
I spent all that time hand sewing those up. Good.
No, that'll be good. But yeah, the lighting, we're really noticing it today. I don't know what that's all about. So Tuesday, we had an early morning start. We come into the centre to have the meeting, which was really good.
Sorry, Tuesday's really small.
No, it's okay. And then Nikki stayed in the centre and worked from here, which is really cool. And I must have gone home and worked again.
Yeah.
I can't remember what else we did. I was just thinking if I did garden work, it wasn't Tuesday. No. Okay, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's Tuesday. We're going to move on.
Okay, Wednesday. We spent Wednesday morning at the centre. James helped out someone with having issues with the Athena. We've got an Athena ATM here. We're having quite a few problems with it. It's really disappointing that we have these problems. So James helped someone put in a support ticket and trying to get some cash back for them. But unsure what the story is going on with that.
If you're coming to El Salvador, I would recommend doing peer-to-peer trades if you can. So the good thing about Athena is you can do a credit card transaction with it.
Yeah.
But if you bring enough cash, then there's actually chat groups in San Salvador and here in Berlin where you can find people who want to do a peer-to-peer trade. So that peer-to-peer trade is going to be less hassle, less fees than trying to use one of these machines at this point. I hate to be able to say that, because I really want these machines to be reliable, but they're not.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the afternoon on Wednesday, we both had a Spanish class.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got new Spanish classes happening at the moment, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. It was good. I think we had a lot of rain that afternoon too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Wednesday. No, we're
going to
Wednesday.
do the service. And there we go. And as you guys know, we've got a new setup for the service. We now have this beautiful slideshow, which we put up for you. And I've tried to I actually had a video that I thought I'd get in there, but turns out the slideshow doesn't play videos. So it's all screenshots. And it's Geyser, and Geyser's on the side there as well. So if you don't know what Geyser is, it is a Bitcoin first crowdfunding platform, which means that you can start a crowdfunding project like, what is it called? I don't even know what it's called. The crowdfunding platforms. See, I don't even know what they're called. But you can create a project on here which is based in Bitcoin, so people can pay sats. Now, we've had one for a while now since they basically set up. But this week, they actually set up a brand new service, which is an affiliate program, which means that through the power of social marketing, anybody who likes your service or has used your service, they can come to you and say, hey, I would like to promote what you are doing would you give me an affiliate link? And what's awesome about this is now, instead of paying like Google or Facebook for ads, you can find your true fans and say, hey, I'll give you 10% or 20% if you go and promote my service and people buy it or make a donation. So with that, I was like, how can we test this? Because I love playing with this stuff, as you guys know. And I am starting to think of this as more like, almost kind of like a shopping cart in terms of like Shopify, but with Bitcoin first. So what we did is we took our 1 hour phone call or video call that we offer, and we have put it as a product on our Geyser page. Now, we have put out that if somebody would like to recommend our call to somebody and somebody buys through their affiliate link, we'll pay 21%. If you would like to take advantage of that, I just want to test this out. So we've got 3 calls on there, and you have to contact us. We will set up a referral code for you and give it to you, and then you can give it out to your social profile or friends or somebody that you know that you're saying, hey, you should talk to these guys. At the moment, it would pay out around $16 at 21%, which is around 24,000 sats, which is pretty cool. So anyway, I just thought this was super cool, because what we're thinking about is how to empower people to live on Bitcoin more. And this is a win-win for creators and for just normal people, because it's allowing people who have had a good experience to share their good experience with people that they know and then get paid. And what's awesome is they're using the sat split. So as soon as that payment goes through, people get paid. I mean, it's awesome. It's not like where, for example, we use YouTube and we have to put in a bank account and we have to wait until the end of the month. YouTube take a huge tax cut, and then there's like fees on the wires and everything. And yeah.
No, it's good. I think this is a awesome product that's going to help support different people who are doing Bitcoin first projects.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a real winner.
Yeah.
I think I'm really impressed with what they're doing here. So, yeah.
This is really thinking out of the box. Like I contacted them last week asking for like a Patreon style platform. And they came out with this. They didn't, like I was chatting directly to a couple of the guys who run it, which is I'm really grateful for that they took the time to do that. They didn't let me know that this was coming. So when I saw this, I was just like, whoa, this is really cool. And we have actually got a project on here that on Geyser at the moment that we really like. You may have seen us promote a new book that's coming out. So I've actually reached out to the author to ask them if they might be interested in putting out a referral code, because I'm going to promote their book regardless. But I also want to use the Geyser platform, and I think it would be really cool to be able to promote the book and the Geyser affiliate program at the same time. So let's see what happens. But
Awesome.
do you have any questions about that, how it works?
No, I don't at all.
Oh, should we? Well, we'll answer the questions at the end.
Yeah.
If you have a question about how this works, please let us know, because we will answer them coming up. And if anyone is interested in signing up for our one, and if you have an idea on something you would like us to sell instead, let us know, and we might look at putting it on the thing on the right there as a shopping cart item. So yeah,
and that's one thing that when the flag gets to the Q&A,
yes,
which is down over there. Oh, it's way down there. Then we will answer your questions. So please, if you do have any questions, we will get there and we will answer them all. Yes.
So anybody who's joining us for the first time, you can ask questions in the live chat, and we will answer them live when the flag gets to the Q&A section.
Yeah. Okay, Thursday, right. So I came and hung out and worked at the centre for the morning. James worked from home. He has been working really hard on the Adopting BTC live show, so you will see that when you watch it live this afternoon. But he's put a lot of effort into that, and it's looking really cool. And then in the afternoon, James actually trimmed one of our trees, which is really good. It's a really, really big tree, and it's meant to supply us fruit, and it doesn't supply us fruit, and all it does is shade our garden. So now we get lots of sunshine, so we're rapt about that.
Not the prettiest job.
And then we both had a Spanish lesson, and then we had a quiet night.
Yeah.
All right, Friday.
We've had a lot of rain in the afternoon this week.
Yeah, we
'cause
have, actually.
It started pouring, and I stopped cutting the tree at that point because I don't really want to fall off the tree while I'm while I'm cutting it. But yeah, that was good. Friday, we're going to move over there now.
Yeah.
Tim's on the ball. He's pushing us along. He's saying, hurry up, guys. I headed into the centre early to help set up for the Spanish Bitcoin Berlin SV podcast. If you speak Spanish or you have Spanish friends, share it with them. It was a really interesting show. They actually did an interview with there's some really good talent that comes out of Berlin with a young lady who won
she came third in the national singing competition.
Yeah. Number 3 for the national singing contest here in El Salvador. She's got a great voice. She's done a couple of live shows down at the park, which is amazing. And she shared her story, and that was really cool.
It is. I think one of the wonderful things about Ruth is she's, going back to re-educate herself. So she's gone back to finish her college, and she's, really looking at empowering younger people and empowering herself, and she has a huge amount of self-belief, which is awesome. It's really, really great to see.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Really powerful. And you're right. It is awesome to see that people, I love seeing that. I love seeing people who are really excited about whatever they're doing. This week, it will be an English one as well.
Yes. And
it's going to be hosted by Pierre. Which will be good. So tune into that as well. Go subscribe and like it. Like and subscribe our show too. Don't forget about us. All right. Nikki then worked from home, and I can't remember what happened.
We had a morning Spanish class.
Yes. No, I was trying to think about something else. But we had our Spanish classes. Yeah. Nikki headed into town to purchase some cacao beans. So if you haven't, I'm going to pump the Berlin version of the farmers market. If you haven't been, there's a couple called Quentin and Sam who make these amazing raw milk and cacao drinks there. So if you haven't been, you're missing out, and it's worth coming up just for that.
Yes.
Just be careful of my recommendation there. But it is really good. I'm not, it's just a big trip, that's all. Then we went home for lunch. What did we have for lunch?
Oh, God, don't
know. Probably wasn't that exciting.
No. I can list it on my head. 3 things.
We then spent the afternoon at home working, and I did more on the Adopting BTC Live. I'm really excited about it.
We need some of Tim's cooking.
Yeah. Do we have cookies after this? Yeah, all right. Awesome. We got cookies after this. There's another good reason to come to Berlin, because Tim's cookies and banana muffins, and it's good. And Tim's also got great accommodation if you're coming. You should come up and stay. There's actually a lot of good accommodation up here in Berlin, not just Tim's, but Tim's is good. Then I'm really excited about the live show, which is going to be after this. And then we prepared some food for the evening at Quentin and Sam's, and we had an amazing meal at Quentin and Sam's. It was a fusion of different cultural meals, which was great. And this is part of living in an awesome little community where you can get together and hang out and share good food and good conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So it was really good. Friday night was fun. It was lots of fun.
And it poured down with rain.
Yeah.
All right, Saturday. So we had we had actually a really nice early morning. We sat in the sun, I read some book, and we had a nice breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
And we just actually... I think it's the first time I have remembered that you haven't got up and worked. We actually sat and enjoyed the sunshine. We normally sit, have breakfast together, but you know what I mean? It was really cool. Anyway, so
I am a bit of a workaholic. It's a bit bad.
But it was really good. Then we had to head to San Miguel. We did the Dollar City, Super Select DOS, Price Smart, all paid in Bitcoin. A couple of issues with some of them. Price Smart, I think... Athena, you need to get to Price Smart and retrain your staff. Sorry, but you do.
Yeah, it's a really good point.
I don't know what's going on. It's really interesting. Price Smart, they got the handheld Athena machines. Absolutely brilliant. It was really, really good. It was working fast. They had lightning, and they knew what they were doing. Mm-hmm. Whether Price Smart down here in San Miguel have got new staff on or something.
It's new staff.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a problem when we first arrived.
No.
The staff were all really good, and the last few months, the staff have gone backwards.
Yeah. But I think one of the things, if you ever get in the situation where they're saying, no, it's got to be,
Chivo wallet
dollars or Chivo,
dollars.
just talk to them quietly and be really patient and just sort of go, no, I'm sorry, but we can pay in Lightning. It's got to be, but we'll pay Bitcoin and we'll pay in Lightning. And I think it's really important that you just give them time for them to then go and get their superiors or the management team.
Yeah.
And then you have to do the same with the management team. And you just got to be patient. It will happen, but it takes some time.
My patience, normally I'm pretty good. My patience was tested because unfortunately Nikki was not feeling well.
No, I was in the car, not good at all, but that's,
And I was thinking of Nikki and I was frustrated with what was going on. I was like, I don't have time for this. So anyway.
And the other thing we noticed with PriceSmart too was they did do a ID check on James.
So if you're sharing your PriceSmart card, I would stop doing that because what they're doing now is they're now asking random spot checks and asking for DUIs to match your card, which means that if you're sharing it, they're going to confiscate it.
Yeah.
So just be careful.
Just be careful. Yeah. So as James mentioned, I felt ill, and so by the time I got home, I had a vile stomach. So I was in bed for the rest of the day and that night and the next day. But and James worked on projects. Then James got bitten by a caterpillar. There it is.
I didn't get bitten. I actually got stung.
Oops. There it is.
Yeah.
There's the photo. So it was a bright pink with
lime green fur.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I got, I didn't notice it was there. I just put my hand down and I got a sting, and I thought I'd better research how deadly this thing is. But apparently, it's no worse than a bee sting, so that was all good. I didn't react or anything.
Yeah, it's swelled up, but yeah.
Yeah, that's one. I need to send it to Caro, our local expert, and see what she thinks. Yeah, she's a caterpillar expert. Apparently, this is a moth, so.
So it's not a caterpillar. It's not a butterfly.
It's not a butterfly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then Sunday.
All right. We had a quiet day at home, resting up. Basically, just another chill day.
Well, I wasn't doing much.
Yeah, I ended up doing just bits and pieces around the house, and then I headed into town to go to the Mercado and buy some fruits and vegetables, which was good. It was a good experience. Definitely with the wet weather, sometimes we notice that the quality of the produce goes down a bit, so you just have to shop around a bit harder, and that's the main thing. I just ended up shopping at more locations, which was good. You talk to new vendors that have got different stuff. It was good. And then after that, I ended up hanging out in the centre for a little bit, catching up. I actually caught up with Tim. Tim was there. Yeah, caught up with Evelyn at the cafe. Patty was there as well. And that's actually when I met Joel for the first time. So, and here he is. He's in here today, which is really exciting. Really excited about that. He's very enthusiastic about playing with the technology in here, which is cool. And then we had a pretty relaxed afternoon at home. You were feeling a bit better by then.
Yeah.
Which was good. And that was pretty much it. So, if you haven't asked your questions, put them in the chat now because
we've got some new people.
We're going to go through them.
This is exciting.
Awesome. All right, let's do it.
All right, so we did start a little bit late, had a few tech problems, but we got them sorted. So thanks for everyone for turning up. Albator, don't know if you ever mentioned it before. Why Berlin? P.S. New subscriber. Hello and welcome and thank you. That's awesome. Berlin. Okay, so we have been in El Salvador for 2.5 years. We spent the first 18 months in San Blas down at the beach. Great community, lots of sunshine, but we found that the reason for us to come to El Salvador was for the adoption of Bitcoin. We found that it was very difficult to really get any locals involved in the adoption of Bitcoin, and there wasn't many places we could spend Bitcoin. And we also found the heat was getting too much, like the energy that our body was using to keep ourselves cool was just hard work.
Yeah. We're not air conditioning people,
no.
And the fans weren't really enough.
No. And we met Evelyn and Gerardo, so local Salvadorians who had come up to Berlin for they were teaching My First Bitcoin here in Berlin. And while they were up here, they started onboarding some businesses, and they decided that they really liked the climate in Berlin because they were living in San Miguel. And
which is even hotter.
And they decided that Berlin could be a really great Bitcoin city.
Yeah.
And we met them sort of in the middle of their they were doing this, and they said would we'd come up for the graduation, and we said yes,
Yep.
we'd come up, and we thought, wow, this is awesome. So we, from that day on, pretty much said, right, we're moving to Berlin, and
Yep.
it took a few months for us to find somewhere and to get rid of our lease and things like that, but we made it up.
Yeah. So now, today, if you're asking why we're in Berlin, it has become the largest circular economy in El Salvador, and we've got over 120 businesses accepting Bitcoin here, which is a pretty good feat. And locals are using Bitcoin with each other as well as the foreigners that are here. It's a very small number of foreigners that are actually here, but the cooler weather, the open-mindedness to adopt and use Bitcoin is awesome. One of the things that we've noticed is that areas that are spoilt with tourist dollars are not as receptive. So Berlin has been very receptive to the new business, which is good.
And we have created an incredible centre here where
Yep.
we have got a welcome room, we've got a library, we've got a tech centre there now. There's a merch. Evelyn and Paddy have put in a cafe. We have got a classroom. Gerardo's put in a school for Teach English. We have Steve, who has put in a specialised Microsoft.
Well, he's got a business where he services Microsoft
Okay,
products.
that's
Yeah, it's not a Microsoft
I know,
thing. It's
I
not
know,
because that's not what we've realised is some people are like, oh, why is Microsoft in there? Microsoft aren't in here.
Yeah.
That's not how it is. So we've got somebody who's providing remote work opportunities for local people, and it just happens that they're learning how to service people that are using a Microsoft product.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so and then we've got this amazing podcast studio that we're using. So we've done all of this with a lot of hard sweat and tears, to be honest. It's been volunteers who have put this all together, and we have put a hell of a lot of energy and passion into this, and it's been incredible.
Yeah, and we built some awesome relationships with local people here, which is great. And it's only getting better and better. The more traction, the longer we spend here, the more people we get to build a relationship with. It's really good.
Yeah, so that's why Berlin.
Yeah, there you go. That was the short answer. Yeah.
Okay. Right, Mark Bitcoin, are we running late? We've talked about that. I see. Super Polish, yay. Sound and video, great, awesome. We
thank
were
you.
worried about the darkness of the screen, but maybe it isn't too bad. It's just what we're looking at.
Tim's shaking his head. He thinks it's all right. Well, he's umming and ahhing.
Oh, and Mark's stuck in Sydney traffic. Glad to have you guys to listen to. Is there any such thing as traffic jams in El Salvador? You don't want to go to San Salvador, Mark.
Well, you get your timing wrong in San Salvador, and
Oof, it took us an hour to travel 5k one evening when we went to go to my first Bitcoin meetup, and we just didn't bother. It was just ridiculous.
We got into where it was, couldn't find a parking spot, and we said stuff it, and we turned around and went home. Yeah, we had dinner and went home. But so sometimes there can be traffic jams, but you learn to start navigating them. As well. And when you have a lower time preference, you can also choose when you travel.
Absolutely.
It makes life better.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Felicita Artisans Don Julio les saluda. Gracias. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks
Don Julio is great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great tour guide. If you're coming to Berlin and you would like to go and walk in a volcano with some bubbling mud, you need to talk to Don Julio.
Yes.
If you'd like to learn a whole heap in Spanish about the local plants, go for a trip with Don Julio. He's really good. Nikki's nephews went with him recently, and he even upped his game a little bit, where he bought a few supplies for the guys. So included in their ticket price was a drink and some snacks, which we were just like, whoa. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. I can hear rain coming, so hopefully we'll be all right.
Is Coin Shopper, hi. Nice of you joining us. Mark, a Bitcoin, you're right, the lightning seems off, darker than normal. Could be your dark shirt is affecting the auto balance. Maybe look into manual exposure control. Yeah, but it was dark before James sat down next to me.
Yeah, and 3 cameras I've got to adjust. Yeah. I think we were thinking about trying to get some extra lighting around the corner here, but I'm not sure how we're going to solve it.
Yeah. Jordan Benico.
Yep.
Yeah.
How did it go with the person who works for the president, reason promoting Bitcoin in Berlin and all that? I missed all that. It was a political event.
Yeah.
It was okay. They didn't really promote the project and the people who did work on it so much. So it was good that they came and they took a look. Yeah, it was okay. I don't, it's what it is. Prohibido,
yeah.
Good to see you well and enjoying the country. Muchos saludos. Gracias.
Echo. At the San Miguel Price Mart, my husband has to watch closely to make sure they're on Lightning, not on chain, but they never act like they can't take Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has just started happening. We're not sure why, but
It depends on the staff member you get, and yes, whenever you do a transaction with somebody, you want to look over their shoulder and make sure that you've got the right address type, because if you don't, it's basically on you. So that's one of the things that we as what would you call no, I'm trying to think of the right word, as light bearers of Bitcoin. I can't think of the word I want.
I love it.
It is our duty to make sure that if we check the addresses we're going to pay before we do, to then give some education on, hey, actually that's going to take 10 to 1 hour minutes to actually go through. If you change it to Lightning, it'll be instant.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So, Paldish, will any of the guys or people be at adopting Bitcoin in November?
I hope so.
I hope so. Not sure. They have got a list already of people who are speaking. So if you go onto the website, you will see that. That's not everybody up yet, but they have been slowly sharing that.
Yeah. It's a great question.
We can find out.
And yeah, we can ask them. We'll ask them on Twitter. Prohibido. I didn't get the notification. I'm not sure which notification.
No.
Eco, by the way, bonus points from your female viewers that you're not, testy from fretting over Nikki.
That you got Tesky from fretting over Nikki, because, when you said about Price Mart, you're more worried about me than...
Oh,
yes.
right. I see now. Okay, right. Yeah, no, of course.
Ronnie.
Nikki's number one.
Hey, Ronnie. Nice to see you. Hope to see you in El Horizonte on Sunday for the Bitcoin Farmers Market. We will be there.
Oh, is it this Sunday already?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It comes around quick.
Yep.
All right.
Ooh.
Ryan, can you guys please find a little shack to live in and write books? Can you please find me? Well, yeah, there's... I know that there was an apartment that just came up, I think at a pretty reasonable price. It was fully furnished.
Apartment. He wants a shack in the woods.
A shack in the woods?
Oh, no, maybe not in the woods.
He wants a shack to write books. It kind of rhymes. Maybe he's going to write poetry. The best thing to do is to come to El Salvador and be on the ground and find things that way.
If you're up here, you will make the connections, and there will be a little gem in somewhere for you. Absolutely. You find them all over the place. Hey, Tim. Yeah, yes. You do.
And a win for Tim here. Market Bitcoin about to book with Tim. Finally finalizing all flights tonight. Tim is fist pumping. He's pretty excited. I'm fist pumping too. I'm pretty excited that you're finally coming. It's going to be excited to meet you and the family in person. And anything you need while you're here, let us know. We really appreciate all the support you give us. Salvador, thanks. We'll have to visit. Yeah, come and visit. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Yeah.
Bolivian billionaire. Good show. Yeah, the weather is a biggie. Couldn't live on the beach or San Miguel. Huge difference. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Market Bitcoin dump windows. Take a look at Linux Mint.
Oh, I've got Mint. Isn't Mint pretty light? I'm curious. I would really like, and we've actually got a Linux expert here now, which expert here. I'm really curious about moving to a Linux distro myself. I see that the Swiss government have just said they're going to go all open source on their government computer systems, probably because all of the non-Linux ones are backdoored. So something to think about. All right.
Okay.
That's the end of our questions.
That's the end of the questions.
Yeah, we really appreciate you guys coming. And I'm just going to quickly check Rumble because we're also on there. There's no questions on Rumble.
Okay. So just while James does that, just a little bit of the outro. Just make sure if you're looking at coming to El Salvador for adopting BTC, it is on the 16th and 17th of November, but of course you've got the unconference on the 15th and the premiere movie night on the 15th as well. And you need to come and check out Berlin. Come explore, experience Berlin. It's really important you make a little bit of an effort to come up the mountain, the volcano.
The volcano.
Yes.
Who wouldn't want to come up to the best volcano that's mining Bitcoin in Bitcoin country to see the largest Bitcoin circular economy? I shouldn't be having to really oversell this. Eco Linux Masterpiece represent. Okay, Master Race represent. I'm curious about and Mark is saying that yes, very light on resources, but fully featured and stable. Okay, that sounds awesome. I need to learn a little bit more. I got lots of questions for Linux people.
Okay, we can organise that.
Yes. And go and check out Geyser if you haven't used it before. You can send a few sats to our campaign if you want to learn how it works. You could also start your own program for no cost, zero cost, which is pretty cool. I think they take 4% on the transactions that come in. So if you want to start a Bitcoin business, it doesn't even have to be a Bitcoin business, but I just say that. That would be a great place to put your idea and try and get support, because there are people there that are into Bitcoin that would love to support you.
Yeah.
If it's a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it was Carl and Alice from last week. They put a question in asking, they wanted to, I haven't got any contacts for them, but they actually were wanting to know how they could sponsor a student here.
Yeah.
And if you're interested in sponsoring a student to go through the English school, it's $30 a month. Then please, if you send us a DM on Twitter would be the best thing, and we can then put you through to all the right places.
Twitter on DM.
Yep.
Twitter on DM. DM on Twitter.
Yep.
And Super Pilotish, I run Linux Mint on all my machines. We've been putting Ubuntu on here because that's the main thing that I know. And then Super Pilotish, great show. Thank you guys. Thank you for turning up every week. You're champion. You guys that turn up all the time are we really appreciate it.
We do. Absolutely.
And Market Bitcoin, very easy to use, install, and familiar interface, very similar to Windows UI.
Awesome.
Cool.
All
That's
right.
really cool.
Hey, thanks, guys. We'll be here next week.
Yes.
Make sure you go to the Adopting
Bitcoin show, but it'll be on very soon.
Which will be on very soon.
Charlie and I are going to have some fun.
See these two.
All
Love
right.
these guys.
Thank you very much, guys.
See ya.